Alright guys, so this was Grail Quest Battle Reports. I went to the Grail Quest tournament last week, and I took my Demons. So the first game I got matched up was against Dark Elves. So the way Grail Quest worked was it was Swedish comp. I brought a zero list. I'll go over it real quick. This is the only video I'm going to go over it, so it's in past videos, but you'll see it. It's the general Demons, Filth. But it's Kairos, Epidemus, 2 Soul Grinders, 2 units of Plague Bearers, and a Beast of Nurgle. The one special thing about this tournament was we were allowed to bring a Storm of Magic monster. So for my monster, I brought a Greater Chaos Spawn, just to add some random movement to my army and give me some abilities there. But so the first game was against Dark Elves, so we'll see how it goes. So this is deployment. So we're on this weird looking table. It's like black felt, and the pictures didn't turn out too well because of the felt. It just kind of makes the depth perception get thrown off a little bit, and also I just didn't take good pictures. I was in a hurry. We're playing kind of slow, and because the guy was a relatively new tournament player, I believe, so we went over a couple rules together, but and also I just took pictures at a weird angle because I couldn't get the right angle to not get like some shine off the black from the fluorescence above. So working with the new camera, trying to get it right, but we'll see. So I've got deployed like this, and he's got it deployed like that. So on his side, he's got 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, a big unit of Dark Riders with a level 2 Death in there. He's got his Hydra, he's got his BSB on a peg, he's got the 1-up armor and a 4-up regen armor, whatever that is, and he's got like a magic weapon, I don't remember. He doesn't really kill anything, he's just hard to kill. And then his Storm of Magic monster is a Manicore, so that's what that model is there. He's got another Hydra, he's got a big block of Corsairs. There's the rest of the Corsairs, and then there's the Dreadlord on peg with the pendant and all the goodies. So he's got the Ogre Blade, so he's strength 7, I believe. Whatever, or no, Giant Blade. He's got the Giant Blade with the pendant. So he's strength 7. And then you've got the Mage Bunker over here with the dagger. She's got the crossbowmen just to stab. So yeah. And on my line, so I've got my 2 Soul Grinders directly across from the Corsairs, because I was like, I need to get the Flamethrowers on top of the Corsairs and the Archers, just to get the tally up real quick. Then I've got my Spawn and my Epidemus unit. So what I'm thinking here is the Spawn really needs to go into a Hydra or the Manicore. It'll usually kill it there, because the Hydra needs 6 to wound, no matter what. And I am ASF, so that's nice. Epidemus also can kill the Manicore pretty easily, so I'm not too worried about that. Not really worried about the Hydras. Kairos is in the middle here. I put Kairos 34 inches away from the Shadow Mage just so I couldn't get Pit first turn, because Kairos is Initiative 1, so that was a problem, and his level 4 is Shadow and has Pit, and his level 2 is Death and has Purple Sun, because of course he rolled it up. And over here I've got my smaller unit. I'm hoping they can go deal with the Bolt Throwers and the other Hydra and the Beast of Nurgle to go chase after the Bolt Throwers as well. So Dark Elves, of course, win the roll to go first. I roll a 1. Even with my +1, I don't get it. He rolls like a 4. And everything kind of moves up like this. He plays pretty safe, I'll say. He doesn't move up too far. He just moves up a little bit. Over here he moves up quite a bit. So, as you can see, his Dark Rider's pretty far. So I measured it before, and I didn't say anything, but he was like, all right, during my magic phase, I'm gonna try and get rid of Kairos, because we rolled really low. He rolled like a 5. We had like 5 dice total, and I had like 3. But he was like, I'm gonna throw Purple Sun at Kairos, and I was like, are you sure? It's a long way, and I looked at it, and he needed 30 inches to get there, and he was like, yeah, sure, I'll try and clip off some couple big Plague Bears as well, so you get like 2 or 3 there. And he rolls a 10. So he rolls a 10. It kills 2 Plague Bears and hits Kairos. And I don't make my 1-up rerollable initiative check, because I might as well blow the reroll here. And Kairos is dead. Top of turn 1. Awesome. So I'm going to play this game down Kairos. So my general's gone already. That's 665 points for him, and that's a problem. So basically what I do is I back up over here with my Soul Grinders because I don't want the Peg to charge me, but I want him to come closer so I can flame the Corsairs. And I honestly think besides Pit, I'm not really in that much trouble here. These two move up a little bit, however. The spawn bumped into my own unit just to stay where he was, and the other unit moved up just a little bit. Over here, the Plague Bearers charged the Dark Riders, and Dark Riders fled, so I failed there, of course, and the Dark Riders got away. Beast and Nurgle charged as well, and they got away from him. I made them double flee, and he got all the way over here, just short of going off the board edge, but this is actually really good for me, and I'll get to that in a later note because of the position he's in. So Dark Elf's turn 2, he moves up like this, so the BSB goes over here, the Hydra moves up like this, so my opponent played pretty safe this game. He felt like he didn't need to get in the combat with me, which was a good idea, because he was like, I'm going to use the breath template on you, just thin you out some more, and then I'll let you get the charge on me, because I just don't care. I don't care about the charge that much, I'd rather use the breath template now than later, and I was like, oh, that's fine. So he rallies over here, of course. And the other Hydra moves up like this, so he's got a pretty good breath template shot on Epidemus' unit as well. Everything else moves up. The Peg Lord flies all the way over to the left, just so he's kind of out of the way. So if I wanted to charge him with the Soul Grinder, I could, but I would only be able to get one in, and that's not a good matchup. This guy's strength 7, so he's wounding me on 4s, and he's hitting me on 4s, and just not good. So you can see from there where the Soul Grinders are at. The one on the right has got a really long charge. It's like a 10 to get in there. But the one on the left is only like a 5, so... This is after the Breath template. It kills 6 Plague Bearers, and it puts a wound on Epidemus, so that's pretty bad. The Breath template over here takes off 5 as well, I believe. And this was a picture of Daemons turn 2. So I moved up like this. So we had moved the guy off because he was falling off the hill. But you can see where the 2 Soul Grinders are at. So you can see the Corsairs at the start of my screen. And this is why I moved up like I did, because I think I can get a pretty good shot. The flame template comes down. I think I'm like 4 inches away with the leftmost flamethrower. And the rightmost flamethrower is just about dead on where I want it. I charge in like this. The spawn goes into the Hydra, the unit goes into the Hydra, Epidemus and the spawn are going before the Hydra does, so I think I can pop off a couple wounds there. And then my other unit goes into the other Hydra as well. Over here, my beast is like, BSB, I'm not going to fight you, I'm going to go for the bolt throwers because those are easy, so he runs past. And this is after the flame templates come down. So there was 34 Corsairs starting in this unit. I rolled my leftmost Soul Grinder first, he rolled a 10. The leftmost Soul Grinder killed 26 Corsairs. My rightmost Soul Grinder, he rolled an 8. So he rolled another perfect one. He killed the rest out of the remaining block. So the Corsairs are like, alright, panic time, and then they flee, and they're like this. So I'm pretty happy with this. They're not rallying unless double ones, so I'm pretty confident there. I just scooped up a bunch of points, and that helps make up for the game. So over here, this combat goes like this. I put 3 wounds in the Hydra. He kills a bunch of Plague Bearers, but it's not enough. But he holds. Over here, this Hydra does a couple wounds to me, but I beat it and run it down. So that's really good. I'm pretty happy with that. And then Dark Elf's turn 3. His BSB comes to the right because he's like, you can't really hurt me. You're strength 4 with poison. I've got a 1-up armor and then a 4-up regen. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. And the Mana Core comes in here. Well, the Mana Core into this combat I don't think was such a great idea. It's a losing combat anyway. The Hydra was most likely going to die before it gets to go because of the spawn and Epidemus, because they are both going before it. The Beastmasters aren't really doing anything. They need 5s to wound the Plague Bearers, and I might even have the tally up to where I'm toughness 5 by now. I don't remember. I didn't keep track on the pictures. So the Mana Core comes in like this, and also the Mana Core doesn't have any saves. So poison here on 5s and 6s is just going to crush the Mana Core. Over here, the BSB, or the Dreadlord is like, alright, well I have to charge these Soul Grinders now, because nothing's going to stop him from going after the Archers, so he charges in. And at this point, I have full wounds on my Soul Grinder, but we'll see how that works out. And, oh yeah, I was toughness 8 at this point, so I am +1 strength, +1 toughness at the least. Over here, I took this picture just to show what happened. He didn't put a musician on his Dark Riders, so he was like, well, if I reform, I won't be able to cast anything because my wizard won't have arc on the beast. So I just have to kind of sit here and face you, or else I just won't be able to do anything. It'll take 2 turns. It'll take too long. So he just decided to sit here like this, and that was kind of it was a okay decision. I mean, like, he got his magic off. I stopped it, but it was interesting because not taking a musician here really hurt him. The Corsairs keep running. Of course, they didn't get the double ones. The archers move up a little bit just to try and get in range for some more shadow magic. The wizard's all the way on the left, hidden behind the flag. So, and over here, so after the combat's done, the Dreadlord wins by 1 because he charged. He didn't do any wounds to me. I didn't do any wounds to him. I'm like, all right, I got this. This is amazing. My BSB's all the way on the other side, but I can roll like relatively high and still be okay. Double sixes doesn't cut it. So the Soul Grinder here pops, and the Dreadlord gets the free reform. So that was pretty bad. So here, yeah, I killed the Mana Core, I killed the Hydra, that was pretty easy. I actually killed the Hydra with the spawn, so Epidemus actually got to go after the Mana Core with the Paladin, and they tore it up alone, and I think a Plague Bearer finished him off. So, Demons turn 3, I move up like this, the spawn tries to start going after the archers, I need to go over there. This Soul Grinder, this was the Soul Grinder that died, but I switched it out for the other one because this one looks a lot better. The Soul Grinder moves up like such. He's trying to get a flame shot onto those archers, and my Epidemus unit is just starting to kick its way across the board. The objectives for this game was to get 2 units into your enemy's deployment zone, so I figure I'm not really going to beat anything else. I don't need them to beat anything else, so I just need to get across the board and get the points. So over here, I reform. Nothing's happening with this BSB. I'm not hurting him. He's not hurting me. He's just passing his leadership checks. So we're sitting. The beast makes its charge over here on the bolt throwers. That's really good. So I'm going to kill this one and then overrun into the next one, hopefully. And the flame template comes down and kills a lot of archers, or crossbowmen. It was another, like, perfect shot. It hit, like, 15 or something. I've been rolling like God with these flamethrowers. And the beast over here kills the Reaper bolt thrower and overruns, as I expected. So that was good. No drops. The Lord comes in the side of the Soul Grinder, and I'm like, well, if the Soul Grinder couldn't take it in the front, he definitely couldn't take it in the side. And I figure he's going to die. The Corsairs run off the board. Over here, this combat's still going. This is Dark Elf turn 4. Oh, no, this was the turn that I popped him. So this was Dark Elf's turn 4. What happened was we exchanged wounds, the one for the BSB and one for me, and it was finally enough to get him to run, I think. No, I remember what happened. So this is Dark Elf turn 4. His wizard, because he didn't reform, was able to cast Purple Sun, and if I remember right, he cast it straight down my line. No, I took a wound somehow, so never mind. I thought the Purple Sun popped his Peg Lord or something. It was something stupid. But I think something happened here, and the Peg Lord died. I don't remember how, but I'm missing guys, and we were in a challenge, so I'm not sure how that happened. Over here, I overrun again after his turn of combat into these guys, so that's really good. Demon's turn 4, the spawn gets into this unit. You can notice that the wizard's gone. The wizard bucked over to the side. He was just like, I might as well get away while I can, and I was like, yeah, it's a good idea because the spawn's going to tear up these archers. Epidemus units keep going. Just get to the other side as quick as possible. Please get those points. My guys over here, the BSB's unit moves up like such. And, of course, the Soul Grinder dies. So there's the level 4 you can see here now. So the Chaos Spawn is like 5 inches above that piece of white paper. No, probably not even. But, yeah, the Soul Grinders just could not hold up against this guy. He's got 2 Soul Grinder under his belt, and he hasn't taken a wound yet. And it's just frustrating. And so our Dark Elf's turn 5, he was like, alright, I might as well long bomb charge into Epidemus unit trying to pick up some more points. He's not died yet, he won't die ever. So he was like, alright, I need 11, and He got the 11. Great, great, great. This Peg Lord is ridiculous. I hate Dark Elves. I'm so glad it's gone. Pendant is the stupidest thing ever. But it's not that bad when he rolls sixes. So this combat he killed like a couple plague bearers, and I was able to sneak a wound finally in through the Peg Lord. So that was really good. I reform like such just to turn around. The spawn over here cleans up. I clean up the Dark Riders. And then on my turn, the spawn goes into the wizard. After combat, it does 2 wounds. I actually kill the Peg Lord here, so he put me into a challenge, and Epidemus put 6 wounds on him, or no, 4 wounds on him, with him and the Palanquin, and he failed 2 armors, and then he rolled 2 sixes. Because he rolled a 5 and a 6, because the Palanquin was only strength 4, and the Palanquin got through. So, yeah, I killed the Peg Lord, so that was really lucky. And last turn for Dark Elf's turn 6, he miscasts like Pit onto Epidemus' unit here. As you can see, takes out Epidemus, takes out a couple more Plague Bearers, and he kills himself in the process, so that was fine. So that's the end of this game. So Demons win 18-8. I tabled him. I got all the objectives because I got both Plague Bearers into his deployment zone. The end of his deployment zone is right on the edge. I was right on the edge when I got there. So at the end of the game, I had my BSB with 1 wound left. I had 5 Plague Bearers at Epidemus' unit. I had like 7 Plague Bearers out of the other unit. They were both at half. Half on the Beast of Nurgle, not half on the spawn. Thank God, he had 5 wounds. So I needed every point I can get. So this was really only a 13-7 win for the Demons, but because of objectives, I got 18 points because I got all 5 bonuses. So that really helped here because this was my my worst scoring game at the whole tournament in terms of me versus an opponent. He put up a great fight, and this was probably one of the matches I was the most scared of because just 2 initiative checks, Kairos isn't living long. So yeah, so it was a great game, and that was the first game, so I'm doing pretty well. I got 18 out of a total of 25, so we'll see how it goes from then on.